And welcome back. I'm Mabel, Jong. You're watching continuing coverage of the World Healthcare Congress. And in our studio right now, we have John Mackey, CEO of Whole Foods. John, it's so great to see you again.
Good to see you too.
And your books are always making such an impact when they come out. You've talked a lot about the Whole Foods diet and how people should really follow certain steps to wellness by moving more, eating the right foods. These are messages that seem to already be out, and people know this. How do we get people to follow some of your advice?
Well, they don't really know it, or they don't believe it, because it's not what people want to hear. I mean, people want to hear good things about their bad habits, and they want to be reinforced that the foods they like to eat are actually the foods that are good for them. And that's really not the case. We evolved sort of desiring calorie-dense foods because they were so scarce. So we acquired quite a taste for things that have a lot of carbohydrates, protein, and fats that are very calorie-dense. In fact, over the last 40 years, the amount of calories that we consume per capita has gone up 25%. That's what's driving the obesity rate. So it's not just a question of knowledge. I mean, because we live in a world today where people can just read and focus on what they want to believe, and then you have industries that don't want people to change their habits, so they fund studies that confuse things. So it's not simply a battle of knowledge. I mean, I think the science is very clear. It's very, very clear in my opinion. But the challenge is that I think we need more success stories, because when someone that you care about turns their life around and gets healthy and reverses their obesity and type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and does it fairly quickly, that's more convincing than all the books and testimonies other people might give.
Are you encouraged by the millennial generation who has grown up hearing a lot of these messages and by some accounts are really doing what they can to ensure that they have a better earth waiting for them and a better self to live in the future? So what are your thoughts on that part?
Yes and no. The millennials are willing to embrace dietary changes. There's more plant-based millennials than probably boomers or Xers. On the other hand, the millennials are rebellious about not wanting to cook. And if you're going to get your food from restaurants or you're going to get it out of packages, you're probably not going to get very healthy food. We need basic cooking skills. You need to know how to basically, as women have become more empowered, they are rightly asserting their place in society, and so they're cooking less, but that doesn't necessarily mean men are picking up the slack. So oftentimes women are, particularly in families, you're either going out to eat or you're ordering food in, and that's more challenging.
Well, and also we're seeing a reduction in home economics classes in schools. So the impact is felt really in many different areas. So
I have both hope and fear about millennials regarding food. I mean, they're also, it's the most, we've never had a generation this obese at that age either. So their health trajectories, if they continue to gain weight over the next several decades, does not look good.
Like you mentioned, you really believe that people would benefit greatly from eating more plant-based foods. What is your favorite food? Do you tend to snack, or are you pretty disciplined about
I'm
things?
Very disciplined.
Okay.
I think it's the whole foods that are the most important thing. I mean, we eat so many processed foods. 54% of the calories Americans eat are from refined grains, sugar, and vegetable oils. So that you can't maintain health eating that many super processed foods. So eating more fruits and vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts and seeds, real foods is the most important thing. Mostly plants. Michael Pollan in The Omnivore's Dilemma caught the spirit of it. eat real food, mostly plants. It's really pretty simple, just 2 rules.
Are people wired a certain way, though, to crave certain
We
things?
crave calorie density. So anything that's got a lot of sugar in it we like, anything that has a lot of fat in it we like, anything that has a lot of protein in it we like. But those aren't necessarily the foods that are the healthiest for us.
Right.
That's causing the obesity crisis. We're eating way too many calorie-dense foods. We need to be eating more fruits and vegetables, whole grains and beans. Those are not calorie-dense foods. Those are high-fiber foods, and they're very nutrient-dense on a per-calorie basis.
And I understand that you are down to your college weight. Is that right?
High school.
Oh, your high school weight. Wow. And is that from you're just naturally
The body,
wired to...
once you begin to eat a whole foods plant-based diet, and if you cut out the sugar or reduce it significantly, don't eat vegetable oils, just eat real food, your body just naturally loses weight. You don't have to have portion control. You don't even have to. You just eat real food, and your body takes care of itself. It's really simple.
All right, John Mackey, thank you so much for your
Okay.
time today.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
And I'm Mabel. John, we appreciate you watching. Stay tuned.